If there's a wrinkle in my tie, oh no. Or every single hair needs to be in line. Otherwise, this hiring manager won't hire me after the interview. Chill. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Debt Free College Kid channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about how to dust yourself off after failing a job interview. I remember when I just graduated high school, and if you had watched my my video regarding my decision on starting this debt-free journey, you would know that I was unable to get scholarships or grants, except for GPA-based scholarships, to pay for college. And so what was I left with? My work. I could work and earn some cash through my labors. But I first needed to get a job to do that. So there I was applying for jobs in March. Actually, no, in January of my senior year. I was applying for summer jobs all over the place, sending out my resume, which I couldn't see any errors in my resume. I mean, for a high school senior, it was pretty strong. I had lots of experience, anywhere from the vice principal of finance's secretary to a maintenance worker shoveling snow, lots of experience, strong academics. Like, why am I not getting hired? I'd have great interviews. I would engage with the hiring professionals, and nothing. It was really discouraging. And if you're there, I sympathize with you. But don't get discouraged. See, I know this might sound like one of those quotes you might see in a doctor's office or maybe at some gym to keep you inspired, but hey, it's true. Success does not come easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it and it'd be normal. So don't get discouraged. Keep pursuing it. If you fail one job interview, and by fail, I don't mean like, oh man, I just did not say the right answer. Oh man, I didn't know an answer to any of their questions. No. Or like, oh, I showed up late. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you have an otherwise stellar interview and everything else seems to be going great, and you wonder why you didn't get the job, because everything else was the way it was supposed to be. The way you were told, okay, if you want to get a job, if you want to ace that interview, do this. You do that and you still don't get the job. That's what I mean by failing the interview. When you think, all right, what went wrong? And you can't think of anything. I want to speak to that situation right there. I actually, I can remember a couple of months back actually. It was past November. I went to interview for a broadcast role where I would be speaking to listeners on the radio. And, it does hire student workers for that purpose, to develop their authentic voice and to communicate effectively with their audience. And I thought, you know what? I might not be the best at this, but I'll give it a shot. I'll do my best. And I went to the interview, sat in the studio, and I read the teleprompter as they instructed me, but it still didn't pan out. I didn't get the job. And I thought, well, why? Was there something wrong with my voice? Does my voice not sound good on camera or on audio? and got really self-conscious, but I had to stop those thoughts because they were holding me back from what later would become this channel, as a matter of fact. And that I give that illustration to encourage you all in that you may not get a job, but who knows? That might be a springboard for, like, you not having that job could be the reason why you pursue another avenue to make money, to make a difference in other people's lives. So, yeah, I sometimes wonder what would happen if I did get that broadcast job, what skills I would learn in effective communication. I'm sure that I'd be able to do well in this YouTube channel thing a lot faster, but you know what? I'm fine. I'm content with growing a little slower and messing up a time or two more. But, oh, and on that note, if you mess up, guess what? You're human. And I'm more or less talking to myself here, but, you know, sometimes I get into this perfectionist mindset where, all right, I have to have my T's crossed. If there's a wrinkle in my tie, oh no. Or every single hair needs to be in line. Otherwise, this hiring manager won't hire me after the interview. Chill. If your values align with the company's values, and if you are a hard worker and proven in what you say, and see, that's the thing. If you are a person of integrity, of your word, then any job can train you and teach you the skills that you need to know. But yeah, back on to interviews. What if you're there and you're asking Jeff, okay, thanks for all of this career talk and this encouragement, but hey, I need some tangible tips for what to do the day after I receive that email saying, I'm sorry, after discussing amongst ourselves, we have decided that while you have great qualities, we are not quite gonna hire you, okay? To that, I'd like to say, first of all, you should, in that moment, reflect, okay? Now, I said earlier that, you know, if you're in this mindset of, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? No. You more than likely did everything right, okay? But, okay, if you did do something wrong, you need to note that for next time and improve on it. But many times, you don't do anything wrong and you still don't get the job. In that instance, you should reflect on why did the company make that choice, okay? And it might not be that you did something wrong in the interview. It might just be that, hey, they don't need you for that position, or they're looking for a particular skill set or a particular tonal voice. In my case with the broadcast job, it might not be dependent on you. So I'd like to encourage you to reflect, and if it's not dependent on you, don't worry about it. Go to the next job. Maybe they will be a better fit for you. My second piece of advice I'd like to give with you is, you are your own greatest asset. Think of it. Regardless of whatever job or interview you get, you are the common factor in each of them. And you can generate your own success. Maybe you have some sort of skill in, I don't know, programming or working with your hands, fixing cars, or sewing, baking, or designing t-shirts. I mean, I know a lot of artistic people who might not be able to get a regular job, like something from Taco Bell, I don't know. In that case, you might want to look into becoming your own boss, becoming an entrepreneur. I mean, that's really what started me in on this YouTube channel stuff. I thought, well, if I can't impact people on the radio, I'm going to impact people on YouTube. I'm going to contribute to their lives in that way. Each of us has an area we are strong in, and when you are strong in that area, guess what? It doesn't matter the mode you contribute with your strength. All that matters is that you don't give up and not contribute with your strength. If you hoard it all to yourself, eventually it decays. The Bible gives the example of the 5 talents given to one servant, the 2 talents given to another servant, and the 1 talent given to another. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with that parable, the parable goes that there was this wealthy man who gave a large sum of money to one of his servants, a smaller sum and a smallest sum to each of his servants. Then he went away on a business trip, let's say. And then he comes back to find that the 2 servants that he gave more money to, the one with 5 talents and 2 talents, doubled their money. And actually his money, doubled his money, invested it wisely, and then were able to give it back to him, and he said, hey, stellar job. But then the servant who was given the smallest sum, the 1 talent, he just buried it in the ground and said, you know what? I know that my boss is a very shrewd guy, and I know that he would not take kindly to me losing his money. So out of fear, I'm going to bury it in the ground so that I know that what he gave me, I'll give back to him. What did the boss say? The boss said, what have you done? What are you doing? You should have put it into the bank so that I could at least gain interest on it. And many Christians take that parable to understand our skills and our abilities that God has given us. And with that piece of knowledge, if you have a strength, okay, and interviewers might see it and still turn you down, that doesn't excuse you from exercising that strength. So I just want to encourage you with that. And when you get to your next job, brush yourself off and say, you know what? Here's my strength. I'm going to get this job. And if I don't, I'm still going to pursue a job until I can use my strengths to help other people. That's all for this week's video. I know it's a longer video, but thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and share this video if you know any college students that are struggling with getting a job or with having the motivation to apply to yet another job and maybe even being turned down again. But yeah, thank you all, and I'll catch you in the next week's video.